They're like that, you know. And if you're not white, and that's the trouble when you get rich like those guys do. You get these weird habits, you know, like when I was in prison, there was one guy. He was so racially scared of everybody that he wouldn't use the toilet because other black people had sat on that toilet. And so what he would do, he'd do his business in the shower.
Okay.
Yeah. And it would upset the whole block, you know, the whole cell block. And finally, they did a sting and they found him, you know. It was pretty funny because the guys. I remember waking up and all of a sudden I heard this little chant going on. We found the shower shitter. And they literally marched this, and it was a white guy. It was, you know, he looked like Woody Allen, but and I knew him. And you know what his nickname was? Mr. Clean. Because his job was cleaning up the toilet in the visiting room.
Yeah.
And that was his only job. But that's the way a lot of those rich people are. You know, they're so isolated. You know, when they buy these big homes, they get surrounded by hedges and fences and land, and it keeps knowledge from coming into them. You know, all they is what they're told, and people that always tell rich people what they want to hear, and so they don't really get the real stuff. And that's what you know. That's what George Bush did. You know, they created fear. And so once you get fear, now we gotta kill the enemy that's after us. And now the war machine gets all the money and all the attention, and the oil companies get richer because they can supply the war machine with oil, and we need to have oil in reserve, you know, all that stuff. Well, peacetime, we don't need oil. And now with electric cars, we don't need, and the solar, we don't need them anymore. And so they're running around, you know, in a panic, trying to figure out how they're going to keep that lifestyle that they got, which is actually the worst thing for them, you know, that lifestyle, that isolation. That's when Bernie Madoff went to jail. That was the best thing that could happen to him, because he was isolated. He was this lonely billionaire that was scared, you know, stealing from other people. Now he's in jail. His life is perfect. He gets up, he reads, he is like he's in a resort. And he doesn't have to deal with people, doesn't have to lie to anybody. He's around people that don't care if he's there or not. You know what I mean? And so rich people, those type of people should not be in charge of anything. you know.
And yet they're in charge of just about everything.
That's it. And to make more money. And what do they do with their money? You know, like Bernie and them, they're talking about how the middle class is disappearing here. Well, the reason is that thanks to American businesses and oil companies, they're creating a middle class in other countries. That's where all the money goes. And it all goes to the billionaires in the other countries, too. And so it's what we're seeing is a natural order of things. And it's so good. And the other good news today, I hated to smile, you know, when anybody dies, but when Justice Scalia, he announced that Justice Scalia died, a big grin, my face just lit up. I said, all right.
You know, here in California and in 4 other states, it's likely they'll be voting on statewide marijuana legalization. It's a big battle here in California. What's your take on the initiatives that are trying to qualify, and what do you think is going to happen?
I don't care. Personally, I don't care how they do it. They just got to decriminalize it. I don't care what they do. They can put up any hoops you want because no one's going to pay attention to them anyway, you know. Like if you can't have a pot shop next to a school, so who cares, you know? You know, just put it wherever they'll find you. You know, we don't have to find customers. They'll find you. So whatever hoops the government wants to do, except excessive taxation, you know, that's not fair, you know, and that's how they made it illegal before. They put stipulations like you needed a marijuana stamp tax, stamp, and then they weren't issuing the stamps to anybody, and that's what they're trying to play that game with regulations here, you know. But it doesn't matter what the regulations are. We've been selling and using and smoking pot for 80 years. And nothing has changed. other than the fact that we can go on national television and talk about it. You know, in fact, when it was illegal, you could get pot in Malibu faster than you could get a pizza. You pick up a phone and you order pot and you order pizza, and I'll guarantee the pot gets there first. You know, thank God. Then you can eat the pizza. You know, no problem.
That's right. So it doesn't concern you when people complain it's only 1 ounce, it's only 6 plants, or any of those concerns don't bother you?
Not at all. Who's going to check? Who's going to go into, oh, you got more than an ounce, you know? It doesn't matter. Except, you know, that's what I'm saying, the decriminalize it, you know, decriminalize it. At least get it so that the courts will obey the law themselves. Because we have, like, laws like jury nullification, you know, that could have got rid of a lot of the things, but a lot of courts, they say, oh no, we can't use that. You know, they cheat and they lie, and that's why there's a lot of innocent people in jail right now. Because again, the prosecutors, they're in a win situation, not a justice situation. They just want to incarcerate whoever they can to get more, you know, points for themselves, and to be racially, you know, motivated too. You know, that's how they get the. This is their thinking, you know, get the black people out of the way, and then they won't be able to vote, you know, their candidates like Barack Obama in there. But that's a failed argument too, you know. But as far as the legalization goes, all the government really has to do is decriminalize it, and I don't care if they schedule it, whatever they want to schedule it. It doesn't matter, because if I got a headache or if I got something wrong, you know, physically, like cancer, something like that, I'm going to find my pot. I don't care where I'm at. I'm going to find pot, and because it grows anywhere in the world, it's going to be available anywhere in the world. So that's my take on it.